in the link building, there is like that rumor around that like 95% of the industry is actually scammer. I guess for AI overuse and I guess for specific keywords that link building matter more than ever because everything is authority for the LLMs.
Nik Vujic has been in the SEO game for over 10 years. He runs Get Stuff Digital, a demand search agency that helps brands show up where it matters. He's worked with all kinds of cool startups and B2B companies like Veza, Digital, and Nagish. He's also big on Webflow SEO and loves using AI to level up search strategies.
So if I have 10 grand to spend on my marketing budget as a marketing leader, I have to now count with the fact that websites are charging me more money if word goes out for the public, like everyone that Listicles charges.
Every employee should use AI at the end of the day because like research and like information, everything is like 10x than what we as a human can do.
Do you see that our job as digital marketers is going to be at risk due to these very fast changing automations?
I would say
E-coffee with experts.
Nik, how are you?
I'm pretty good, and thank you for having me here. I'm more than ready to cover like some very nice questions regarding SEO and link building, so we can start.
Amazing. Could you tell us why you're awesome? A little intro about yourself.
Yeah, oh, that's very amazing question. Thank you for asking that. So I usually you know don't get like those questions towards me, but I guess like my passion, like when we talk about professional things, my passion about everything search related. So I guess like that I just want to help the clients to get there with everything organic wise, and I guess from professional aspect, that's like the thing that I can consider. And private thing, I guess I get good sense of humor, I would say like that. So that would be like one thing that I want to point out.
Amazing. And could you tell us a little bit about your companies, like what's up with the business nowadays?
Absolutely. So like the main bread and butter in my like main company is like Get Stuff Digital. It's basically demand search agency that's focusing on capturing the demand search. Basically wherever the demand is. So technically if someone wants to be like visible on socials, on PPC, we will even count that, but more our focus is the most on organic channel, especially like on the SEO part. Link building included digital PR and stuff like that. Regarding like other companies, like I also have like a white label agency. Besides that, I also have like some ownership in a few more companies from agency world, like Webflow and stuff like that. And also on top of that, I have like a few more websites. We are building like directories and helping, for example, in different countries, dentists or lawyers to capture demand in form of, I call that digital yellow. So technically we are like using our knowledge in organic to benefit a lot of companies and a lot of niches overall.
Amazing. My question with local business is mostly like how competitive it is with the link building. So do you need to build a lot of links for ranking these local businesses?
Yeah, so that's amazing question. First, like it depends on the region. I would say like that. If we are like doing that in United States, for example, where is like competition very high, clearly we will need to use like a lot of links, especially like local citations, directories, and similar stuff to that. So I would say yes, you absolutely need to build links there to beat competition regarding authority side. And for other markets, let's say like we just mentioned, the country of my origin, Serbia, or like even some other European countries, I would say building is important still, but far less than in very competitive markets.
I see. And on average, like how do you gauge like how many links a client should build a month?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, like we are doing, as always, like heavy research. So I would say like competitor research and stuff like that, so that we can like actually see, how many backlinks they already have. Like I'm not a big fan of a domain rating, to be honest with you, as a vanity metrics. So I go more in depth with the quality side of the story and how many quality links competitors actually have. And when we like, find the right number for our clients and query industry, depending on the budget, we are structuring a strategy to reach out to that point and basically even beat them authority-wise.
I see. I see. What was your favorite link building campaign of all time over your career, and why?
That's amazing, and it's pretty hard question for me because we have like a lot of clients that we're handling like fully. I would say like for one of my clients, I'm not sure can I say the name, but we handled the digital PR combined with personalized outreach combined with standard guest posts. So I would say combination of all three areas for me personally like utilized in the best results. And I would say like when we combine digital PR with standard guest posts and on top of that with personalized outreach, like show the best. And I guess that's my favorite campaign that I had, until right now.
What was the niche? Could you share? Like, was it hard to pitch in those niches?
Yes, I can share the niche. It was like a hard of hearing application for hard of hearing and deaf users. So it was
Oh.
very, very hard. And it was like on top of that, a lot of regulations that we need to, follow up regarding the clients. So yeah, that would be it.
I know that you have a lot of experience with working with different brands and, as I heard, different niches as well. Do you see like a common mistake that all of these companies tend to make before they onboard with you? What is that?
Yeah, so basically that's also amazing question there because like I think a lot of people in like let's say right now I'm not talking about like link building but overall SEO. So I think in the profession of SEO and the link building like on top of that, especially in the link building, there is like that rumor around that like 95% of the industry is actually scammers. I guess like as someone who successfully achieved results for my clients is to actually share the knowledge for the people that actually should check agencies before actually starting to work with. And I can tell you from my experience, like a lot of intro calls that I have with some of the clients, they're not interested even to go over the website. They're not interested even to go over LinkedIn. They're not interested to even go studies. They're like more thinking, okay, I have some certain amount of budget. We're gonna try a month or 2 months. If that's not working, we're gonna like change the agency. For me, that is like someone who I reject to work with because like it's not the right spot and the right fit for us, honestly. So we have again opportunity that we can reject a lot of prospects because like we want to work with someone who capable of realizing okay, like those guys, they know how to actually achieve results. We checked them, they're the right fit for us. We understand that SEO takes like a commitment more than 1 month at the end of the day to achieve results, and we want to work with you. So technically the biggest mistake that I see is that clients and I cannot say clients because like a lot of people like think about founders or CEOs, but I would say like even marketing personnel, CMOs or VP of marketing and similar stuff to that, they are not doing their research. So they're just going to intro calls. They're just like, trying to find someone for the least price that they can like pay. And they are like just not interested to put a lot of time to actually, realize what someone is doing and what is like portfolio, what is case study is actually like that the right fit. So I think that's the problem. And then like those people actually got scammed a lot of times because like it's very easy to scam someone who is not doing the checkup. And at the end of the day, they come to us like who are doing like very good work and they're like, oh, whole SEO industry is a scam and stuff like that. So I would say that's like the biggest problem
Yeah,
that people are actually not doing the research.
that's insane. I mean, I've been in this agency business as well, so I see that a lot of the times is always a mix of expectation versus reality. So I feel like a lot of agencies haven't, the small agencies I'm talking, I don't know about like giant agencies, but like most small to middle sized agencies haven't had the experience or SOP to like build out some sort of expectation setting. So there's a lot of scope creep happening when there's a lot of work all of a sudden, which they didn't agree on. Then the client expects something, but they don't say it. And then it's easy to feel like we're scammed when the client is feeling like, oh, I should deserve X, but then the agency gives you Y.
Completely agree. If I can like just add on that, because I think that's like the huge pain point for a lot of agencies worldwide currently, especially like with everything digital that's like coming up, like a lot of like competition is super high. my point is exactly what you said, but because of that I said we are blessed enough that we can like reject some of the clients. But when you're like starting your agency, I remember like I started as freelancer consulting back in 2016. So basically like I was fighting for each client, and back in the days it was like Upwork, freelancer, whatever. But then like I started to generate results there. I started like to spread my knowledge even on LinkedIn, Twitter. My like qualified leads like getting like bigger and like more more quality. And when I decided to start agency, I already had experience of almost like 5 years with everything SEO related. And then right now, what you said is exactly right. A lot of agencies, they just want to accept someone. So
Yeah.
technically, like when we going on the intro call, we are doing like the scope of work. We have already as established agency proposals that are very clear. And I would advise anyone that like starting agency to have simplified proposals. What that actually means, decide to not go for custom solutions, decide to have like your own framework. And basically when you give that framework to the clients, they know what they can expect in terms of amount of content, amount of backlinks, amount of everything that you want to like to agree on. And technically, again, I would advise that if someone is not a great fit, especially what you said, that realistically you can achieve results for someone, especially in such a short time period, like decline that client. Like the
Yeah.
right one will show in the right time. If you take a lot of projects instantly and you don't achieve any success with them, I think you fail 99% as agency owner.
Part of the agency work I see is how disruptive AI is. I know everybody had been talking about AI for the past 2 years, but yesterday I actually came across a friend of mine building such automation that I know for facts that agencies spend actual human power doing it, and I'm still doing it even for this podcast. So I'll tell you the automation. It's basically it takes your YouTube video, and let's say today I'm posting our conversation on YouTube, which I will, and then it triggers an automation to create a caption for X, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I think Instagram. And it gives different variations based on the prompt. So you can already it triggers a automation to go to a GPT prompt or DeepSeek to write the actual copy. Then it will paste it onto a spreadsheet so you to review, and it will also create a newsletter from
my gosh.
the video.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
I'm like, people been doing this. Something like I think there's a lot of things that will change with us, and I personally looking at an automation like this, I'm like, wow, this is cool. But I also know that half of my team probably won't be employed if they don't improve in the next
Yeah,
5 years.
yeah, absolutely. So technically, like my point of that, that's amazing. Like first, like that automation is very cool. Like I'm thinking to also go into the video content production there for my agency and like query for myself as a personal brand. So I would use that automation for sure. Also, like I will need to say that like some of those things we already like utilize for SEO as an agency. So a lot of our clients basically because like our brand butter usually is content marketing. When I say content marketing, not like meaning like X amount of words, X amount of article, stuff like that. But I mean, like generally, like content on the website. So a lot of our clients, they ask, okay, like, do you have something that we can repurpose this? This is amazing, like on socials and stuff like that. Exactly what you said. So we have like also in-house some automation that like doing that, but for written content. So I guess like regarding your conclusion for AI, it's super disruptive for the whole market, especially I think for SEO. I will need to tell you a little secret. We are trying to make also the AI flow the clients that actually doesn't like, especially because we're working with a lot of pre-startups. So we're trying to make blueprint for the clients that cannot pay our retainer fully, and we're trying to build the blueprint that they can use so that they can have actually AI optimized SEO, if that makes sense. Clearly
Yeah.
for that they cannot expect results and stuff like that. We cannot guarantee for that because at the end of the day it's AI. But like for some of them, like actually I had like request, hello, like we are a pre-seed startup, we don't have money maybe right now, but we will start doing some content SEO, can you help us? And that's where AI can play a very big role. Clearly in our agency we are not using AI for content production, but for
Okay.
everything else we are using AI.
Yeah.
It's actually a must. So it's a requirement for anyone that's working with us that every employee should use AI at the end of the day, because like research and like information, everything is like 10x than what we as a human can do.
Exactly. Do you see that our job as digital marketers is going to be at risk due to these very fast changing automations?
Again, I would say some part of like our profession will be sure at risk, but I would say for a high-end experts, no, because like at the end of the day, you really need to have someone with understanding on top of the whole process. Because I'm not fully sure, like as I said for the content, listen, like AI will replace copywritings, you're gonna have editor. And then like, okay, but I'm not sure that one editor can like actually do the job for everything that is needed, especially for content writing in the SEO part. So similar to that what you ask, I would say yes, some things like especially with something like that, like slowly distinguish. But then on top of that, you need to have very very knowledgeable people to handle the process and the whole management of the
Oh yeah,
organization.
100%. Yes. What I see, because after watching that the automation I told you about, I'm like, marketing team will become like a one or two people job,
Yeah,
like in a department, like if we get this down, which is very crazy because marketing team always being a pretty heavy team in a way
yeah,
compared to like sales, because salespeople, it's a one-on-one conversation, but they kind of do one
yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
Whereas marketers needed designers, video editors, copywriters. Now we don't have copywriters. No, I don't. But I still have designers and editors, and I still have social media managers. So all these roles I'm seeing slowly disappearing, which is yeah. Anyway, that's just my view.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. I would say that I'm not sure like your experience like with startups, but like we work with a lot of pre-seed startups. You are becoming as a one-man marketing team. So I
Yeah.
really think that like a lot of my success came from that I was there for a lot of startup founders that actually even refer me or later on whatever. In the beginning, I was like that guy. I was like the one-man marketing team, but like I would even say if someone wants to achieve success in each of those segments that you said, like socials, performance marketing, SEO, they will need still to have like, someone manage that. And I guess like the amount of effort that's going, in actually handling those tasks day-to-day basis will be very, very like, would be like affected with this. But anyway, I really think that like I'm not sure that like any of those professions will completely distinguish, maybe outreach. And I completely agree with you regarding sales. I spoke to my friend who is running actually like cold outbound agency, and like I went to his office, and basically he got everything automated. Everything automated. It's just like every tool there. So technically, he got only one person who is managing the clients. Everything is automated, and he got amazing success.
That's amazing. That's the future.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
that's
seeing.
that's the yeah, and I was like, what am I doing here with everything there? But yeah, that's completely like it's crazy
Hmm.
when you see, for example, for sales that you can automate prospecting, writing emails, writing personalized emails, like sending the sequence. Everything is automated, and here that's like setting up the campaign and enjoying.
That's it. That yeah, yeah. So buckle up, everyone. If you don't stay ahead, people, you're either gonna be replaced or you're gonna be the one man show. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just yeah. Let's talk about link building a little bit. So our
Mhm,
company, Digital Web Solution, believes that links will matter a lot
mhm,
more moving forward into this
mhm.
future, because how will LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini know which
Yeah.
brands to rank for a certain query?
Yeah.
So what's your take on this? Like just thinking out loud about the future of search, because frankly, I don't use Google that much anymore. I use
Me
ChatGPT
too.
more. And a regular user, right? Like our moms or our siblings who are not in SEO, they might be using ChatGPT for other things, like, oh, which Nike shoe will be the best for playing basketball? Or like, which model of laptop should I buy for
But yeah.
graphic design? Those things.
Yeah.
That will,
So
yeah.
So that's amazing. Like first, I will need to say I'm guilty of that like all of my lately shopping, parts went like through GPT. For sure, I like feeding like a lot of information that I can like there, and then like I'm making my decision. So recently, I upgraded like some of the equipment here is for the home office, and I was like using GPT like fully, no more Google there. So yeah, I'm guilty of that, and I think like the whole search is going into that direction. I would need to say that I did like a lot of research there, especially because I want to stay ahead with my clients and with my agency too. So what you said, completely 100%, true, because like I concluded the same. So what I did, I analyzed different models, LLMs. Not only GPT, Perplexity, Claude, Grok, and stuff like that. Like I even went towards the tools that are using AI to pull the information, stuff like that. One of that tool, maybe it's WriterSonic. It's pretty like famous and good tool for SEO, especially like you using AI. So what's happening there that I can conclude three things regarding links. First, brand matters a lot. So I would say not only links, but digital PR for sure. Second, like listicles and listings, a lot of those LLMs pulling up data from the listicles. I cannot tell you that I am super happy with that because of one reason. A lot of listicles, maybe you know that, I know that for sure, are actually charging to get you listed on. So technically is like the part okay. They deserve the ranking, I guess, at the end of the day. They did a pretty good job. But I'm not happy with that because, few times like decision on LLMs are based on amount of mention within those listicles. And like I would say the third thing is that I guess for AI overuse and I guess for specific keywords that link building matter more than ever because everything is authority for the LLMs. And if you're like, authority in your niche, you will be showcased there. I'm gonna tell you like 200%, not even 200% there.
Which makes it kind of already a little bit expensive, right?
Yeah.
For us marketers. Like I'm always looking at a budget point of view. So now I have maybe 10,000 to spend, but in order for me to make it into LLMs, I have to heavily invest in digital PR, DWS, by the way, guys. So if I have 10 grand to spend on my marketing budget as a marketing leader, I have to now count with the fact that websites are charging me more money if word goes out for the public, like everyone that listicles charges. Like maybe to be top one, you need to pay $1,000 to just be on that placement. For based on what type of keyword, of course. But I'm just saying is that the budget for it, like people have to gauge and understand that there is a cost to show up on LMs.
Yeah, absolutely. So my experience is that like you said like something that's like for me even like super low amount. So I know listicles that we built for our like for some of our clients, and like they were charging between 2 and 5K for the first three places to be there. So basically, and that it's not even for the full year, it's like quarterly or something like that. So technically, that's like first thing, it costs a lot. Digital PR, it costs a lot. I think like for the top agencies, digital PR campaign is around 7,000 per campaign or something like that. So that's like again like good investment that you need to put from your marketing budget. Regarding links, if it like talk to that, even like on our end, we like we need to charge for that. Like and I talked like recently with the clients, and I explained it's not that we need to charge so that we can pay the links. We need to charge because we have like manpower behind that. As we talked, we have the outreach, we have like analysis of prospects. We need to build lists. We need to like decide. We need to check each website and stuff like that. A lot of manpower that's going behind that. And I completely agree with you. That's the hardest part. A lot of clients, our clients nowadays, they're requesting like, can we be known in LLMs? And I say yes, but what is the budget? And we unfortunately get like information we cannot like put more budget and put more money towards it. And I just like need to tell them, okay, like that's where our conversation ends.
Yep.
Because like I cannot be accountable to get you listed there if you don't invest any in everything that you said, like digital PR, listings, backlinks, like, and I guess like the need for the will skyrocket. I think that people still don't realize, unfortunately, and like clearly the budgets will be. I can even probably guarantee be put towards that more than socials, more than everything else in the future. More than SEO for sure.
That's insane. Yeah. My final question is it's more about the shift of our industry. So pay-per-click is pretty much kind of like SEO plus money, keyword research with money. And you mentioned at the beginning of this podcast that your agency also provides this service. Do you see that there is a shift from your customers to invest more in paid rather than SEO, or is it more or less.
So I again like phenomenal question. So when I said like PPC, I wanted to mention that like, as a demand search agency for demand search, and when you actually hear the word search, like a lot of people only think about SEO. So because of that, I wanted to say like as a demand search agency, we are focusing wherever search is. So for a lot of clients, that's like socials and PPC, because like again like search can be like targeted not only with SEO and organic, but like more even with socials, PPC and stuff like that. So as a demand search agency, I need to tell you like I was thinking only to like position our agency as a search. I didn't want to have anything else there. And the query to add like few more of those AI things that we have, like I think it's very like unique position and unique offer that we have. But in the one moment, because of things that we covered today, I decided that I don't want to do that. I don't want to be only SEO agency because like I don't see honestly the need for only SEO agencies in the future. So what happening there is that we added like PPC and social in the game too. And regarding like the budgeting and regarding the trends, I would say like still we have data that's like coming directly from the niche. So I would say because of brand and because of everything, if we see increase in paid marketing, like in need for PPC and stuff like that. We see increase of that. Why? Because like first, a lot of people thinking that even paid ads affecting GPT and stuff like that. LLM actually, because like again, if you're like first there and if you're visible there and if you're on the top, even if you're paying that, like I think like a lot of people actually currently thinking that. I'm not sure, like I cannot confirm that if it's true or not. So that's one thing. Second thing is that we are basically from organic perspective, we had clients that we positioned first, but then we had competitor of those clients that like bidding for our client's brand name as PPC. And they position first. You probably know that for like famous battle between SEMrush and Ahrefs and similar stuff to that. So technically, that's anti-marketing method, and a lot of like people using that. So there we see even like movement that like a lot of people want to protect their SEO with PPC, and they want to be even like with a paid there. They want to be organic with there and stuff like that. So I would say that especially in the last year and a half, we saw like movement more that people requesting like than before like PPC. Socials are super niche down. I cannot say same for the socials because like if someone can benefit from influencer marketing or like paid socials, they will request socials. But I cannot say that a lot of our clients actually have need because like again we are working with a lot of B2B companies, so maybe LinkedIn, but like socials not. But for people, for sure, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. It sounds like, that I see that the future of SEO agencies is more to become an overall marketing agency, which is a big shift for a lot of SEOs. And I've seen that over the years, how it's been progressively more and out of their comfort zone. When I organize conferences, I see how the audience is constantly changing every year. And it's a beautiful growth, I think. It's
Yeah.
all of us becoming just better marketers.
Yes, I would say I know a lot of like again like clearly I don't want to self-promote here, but like on LinkedIn you can follow you can like find me very easily, and then you can like find that I have like a lot of friends from who are actually owners, or like I know people who are owning like top tier agencies. So I would need to mention some of them if I can. Like first is like Carrie Rose with Rise at 7. It's one of the best agencies right now. So when like think about that, like I think she started like exactly what you said, like to spread SEO more towards different channels. So it was like TikTok, search, and stuff like that. Then like I saw like a lot of movement there. I will not mention like a name, but like a lot of SEO agencies starting to add even development and design in the
Yeah,
offering. And like top
100%.
tier, and I'm talking about top tier B2B SEO agencies, like top three spots on the search. They starting to offering that. And then I was thinking again, because I told you like we recently just launched the new version of our website, and I was like thinking about position a lot. And because of that, what you said, I completely agree with you. I didn't decide that we become like SEO agency only. So I wanted that we become demand search. I complete digital marketing service. Still, you can say that, but I don't want to like consider like that. I still want to be related heavily on the search, and SEO is our bread and butter. But I still, in the same time, agree with you and wanted to give people more, more opportunity, so they don't need to go and to look away if they want to actually, start PPC or socials or similar stuff to that. So yeah, that's
Exactly.
amazing shift, and it's very nice. And I think a lot of clients appreciate that under one house they can find full support.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you have a great relationship with your clients, then it makes sense to stay with them and help them with more services. Well, thank you, Nick, for joining the show. And if people would like to reach out to you, how can they find you?
Yeah, so first and foremost, like I would say, like on LinkedIn, I'm not like I don't have time, unfortunately, that I post that much. So on LinkedIn, you can like type Nik Vujic, and you can like find me. Like I should pop up like pretty high, as I'm giving my best to be present on that platform. And like our like main point of contact is our website, getstuffdigital.co. So that's like our website, and clearly for anyone interested to get help, especially startups, we are here. And yeah, that's all.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Nick, and thank you for joining the show.
Yeah, thank you, Annie.